He goes again. Right? Once I control him, watch his body shake a little bit. Off balance there. I would use that against him. Boom. That's when you slow down everything and you fine tune it, that's what it'll look like more. Because the minute he's off balance, that's why in order to feel him off balance, you have to be relatively relaxed. If you're stiff, you can't feel what the other person is like, right? So you like fishing? Okay. In the way, we're trying to attack his center mass.
Should I push forward?
It's okay. There was the punch. Watch, I'm gonna put my hand here. Okay, this is super exaggerated. Okay, so it's gonna be one fist here. So as I come in, you see how I'm still keeping this distance. I'm not gonna throw the punch right now. I'm just gonna, and then as I step forward, see how that created that? Okay, that's structure based. Where yours, when you came in, it kind of went like limp or something, right? It kind of went.
Yeah, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah. Okay, so slowly, right? So if we go quicker, and I go here, so look how much I get him. Okay? Because eventually what it'll look like is he throws that punch again, I pock, I get him off balance. See how he's off balance a little bit? You see the shake? I hope you're enjoying the content. If you do, please like and subscribe. It'd be very much appreciated. Also, if you're looking for some custom designed Energy Wing Chun t-shirts, please click in the description below. Thank you again, and back to the video. I'm not gonna push him that far. I'm gonna off balance, I'm gonna change. That's right, because at that moment in time, he's off balance. So what is he thinking? Is he trying to punch me? If he's off balance? No. He's thinking, oh shit, if I don't get my balance back, I lost. So his focus goes briefly to that balance, and that's when I use it against him.
It's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, because you don't care if you're gonna punch. You don't want to fall to the ground, and he's just thinking, oh, I'm off balance. Because I'm controlling his body. Remember, controlling is hard, hitting is easy. So once I control him, right, he goes again. Right? Once I control him, watch his body shake a little bit. Off balance there. I would use that against him. Boom. That's when you slow down everything and you fine tune it, that's what it'll look like more. Because the minute he's off balance, that's why in order to feel him off balance, you have to be relatively relaxed. If you're stiff, you can't feel what the other person is like, right? So you like fishing? Okay. So when you go fishing, we all like fishing, right? And you throw the thing out there, and what if your string, so your string, like you throw it out there and it's like very swirly, right? So what do?
You take up slack.
Why?
Because you want the line to be taut so that way you can feel there's movement. There's any type of
okay.
Your hand.
Yep, and you can kind of feel the bites,
yeah,
right? Okay,
bites.
Good. Okay, so what if your string was like, I don't know, you won't have a good example, but let's say it's made of stone, but it can still cast, right? What would it do? It'll kind of just sink there. Would you be able to feel a bite? Probably not, most likely, because there's no bounce to it, right? So you have no feeling, okay? So when your body becomes like that, there is no feeling, okay? When your body becomes swirly in the line, there's no tautness, it becomes also no sensitivity. You can't feel anything. It can bite, unless the fish bit your hook and got hooked in his mouth and it ran away and then the line all of a sudden went taut, then you know you have something. Otherwise, you have no clue that you have a fish or it's biting, and you can't hook them. So the only way you can do it is what? You gotta tighten it up, not to where it's not too stiff or not where it's not too loose, so it's taut. Okay, so your energy needs to be that, it needs to be taut. Right, so as he comes in, right, I'm relatively taut. If he pushes my arm in, it bends. See, and I'm not pulling it back. He's pushing it. It's like a fish, right? If he lets his arm go in that way, push it this way, Mike. Let go. It follows it wherever it's taut. So it's still taut. You see how my arm's still taut, right? So once we get that, and as we go to push in, and I go to strike, my structure will move him. Now, because it's taut, remember it can go forward and back. Let's say I go here and I go to pock him. As I get here, he starts to push back into me. Oh, how do I know he's pushed back into me? So my arm's moving? okay, then I would use that. Then I probably would have to change him offline to strike him here. So my plan changes depending on how he moves. But based on that taut fishing line, even a spider web, we use this example quite a bit. A spider web, what's a spider web look like when you see it in the corner? Is it usually
It's not stiff. It's very
flexible, but it's not like limp, right? It's not like it just flops to the ground. It's taut, like for whatever, how many, one direction, so it has that kind of pulled out, and then it kind of bounces, right? And so a bug gets on it, what happens to the spider web? It starts to bounce because the bug's freaking out, so, and then the spider wakes up and goes, oh, God, I feel this food because it's bouncy. He comes out and goes, oh, yeah, right? Breakfast, because it's bouncy. But if it was limp, he would have no idea, and his food probably would still be there, but it would be not fresh anymore, right? It could be days old. He wouldn't even know, right? And if it was too stiff, like if it was like a rock web, he wouldn't even know anything's there either. So it has to be taut and springy. That's what the Wing Chun energy is like, okay? And so it's able to bend with more pressure, and it's with lack of pressure, it goes forward. So that kind of make more sense a little bit, okay? So that's the hard part. It's really hard to get to that point, and that many times it's hard to understand because you're like, that didn't feel like Sifu used to be like, oh, told me when we were Chisao, like, or even lobster, oh, you're too stiff. So in my mind, and you guys hear the story before, I'm like, God, and I didn't ever tell him this. I'm like, damn, Sifu is too stiff. He's so hard, right? Like, he always tells me to be soft, but he's so hard, right? And so then you do something on him, and even though it feels hard, he knows it's coming, right? Because his spider web now feels harder. So it's like he's like a senior citizen spider web. A lot of experience in eating bugs and building webs now. And his webs now are thicker. But they're not stone, they're just thicker line. And so it feels harder to someone that's not as experienced, which in that case it's me. But when you pushed on it, it had the same sponginess, but it just felt harder. Like it's hard to explain.